Hello and welcome back to Realm of Thrones, and we're here on the perk screen. As I like to do sometimes, whenever we gain a perk, I like to start off the episode with selecting it, because sometimes we got some really cool ones. Now let's see if we have that happening here. Actually, this is not bad. Make a difference, plus 100% battle morale to troops when you kill an enemy in battle. This is fundamentally one of the best perks you can take if you are on a downward slope. If you are having problems with your morale and you're losing a bunch of troops and you're in a shall we say, almost unwinnable situation, you can turn the battle around a little bit, dependent obviously on a number of other factors like how many troops you actually have in comparison to the opponent, and you can do pretty well with this. And obviously the plus 10% shared experience for archers, not bad at all, if I do say so myself. However, I think Great Leader, no, you know what? We will be taking Make a Difference. Yes, we will be taking Make a Difference, just purely because of the 10% shared experience for archers. I'm not really caring too much about the battle morale. Most of the time, this isn't going to come into effect. Most of the time, this is not actually going to apply to pretty much anyone. However, in those moments where it can actually be useful, yeah, sure, I'll take it. You know, it's nice. It's very good. However, the 10% shared experience is definitely going to be more useful for me right now. All right, so here we go. We are now at Lannisters, and we are going to be taking it. And then we're hopefully... Well, I'm personally going to move on to Demon Gate. I'm going to move on to Demon Gate almost immediately and take that. And actually, you know what? I'm not entirely sure if we will do that, to be honest. Maybe we will go and instead just take one of the towns nearby. I mostly wanted to take Demon Gate so that we could actually start recruiting from there. Or should we say recruiting from the associated villages, of course. The associated villages being Noble, Recruit, Territory, and well, I don't know. I'd like to fill out my army a little bit more, because we do have a maximum capacity at the moment of, what is it, 380 or something like that, and I have 320 right now, so yeah, pretty much less. Okay, wait a minute, what are we going for here? What are we going for? I'm having a bad feeling about this. That massive army is going somewhere. I'm going to assume that they're going to besiege Valon. Yes, they are. Okay, that's absolutely fine. No problem whatsoever there. I really don't have an issue. If they personally want to waste their time taking something like that, I am all for it. Because all that I'm going to do is I'm just going to continue on the offensive push. The funny thing about... Look at this. Look at what we've got going on here. We literally have one of our armies coming to the defense of Valon. Unfortunately, oh no, he doesn't have enough troops, so he's given up the fight. Oh, that's bad. That is actually pretty bad. All right, well, what about Roro? How's he doing? No, he's not doing anything. And then we have Apatritza, who is actually coming over to Volantis to help us out. And as we know, this has been a tag team. This has been an absolute tag team situation for us here. One of the best that I have seen in any series, basically. Having a vassal come out of nowhere, basically, and help us out so dramatically has been wonderful. Probably one of the best moments that I've had in any series. I'm not sure whether that's because they're on offensive personality type or something. I'm not sure. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't, I don't know. But they're definitely being more proactive in helping us, which I do appreciate. However, we have had, you know, some situations like that in the past where they do actually come along. But it's a bit of a rarity, you know? It's a little bit of a rarity. Now, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to destroy... Oh, wow, okay, someone got destroyed. An army got destroyed there. I'm going to assume that... Yeah, look. Basically, they went into the... Oh, I can't believe it. That's a rookie mistake right there. That's a rookie mistake. The Valantines went into the siege. Did they? It doesn't look like they did. Huh. Okay, I'm actually not entirely sure what happened now, because they were defeated, and apparently they were defeated by this guy, but they don't have enough troops to be able to do that, not unless they lost a bunch of people. I'm going to assume that they actually lost a bunch of people. That's probably the reason. Anyway, I'm going to leave. She can deal with that very easily now. No walls. And, oh, look, there's a second army. A second army coming in. That is so incredible. Love it. I love to see it, don't we? Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. All right. So, yeah, let's move on to Mantaris then instead. And we also have, obviously, Demon Gate available here. Demon Gate literally only has 200 people in it. Should be extremely simple for us to take. We could even potentially go for an auto-resolve there. That may, in fact, be the play. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, yeah. This is, 11 days. Alright, 11 days. You know, it's actually quite funny. Whenever I see 11 days nowadays, I always just go, yeah, this is actually not that much. You know, there's Volantis, that's been taken. Extremely nice. And I'm going to be taking it for myself. Thanks very much. And yeah, this is really good for me. This is really good for me. So I'm actually just going to take a quick look. The prosperity of Volantis is not very good, but it's going to recover obviously over time, and hopefully we'll then start seeing a decent uptick in the amount of cash that we're getting, because as you can quite clearly tell, my garrison and party expenses are exceptionally high for some reason. And making peace with the... Oh no, look at that. See, they're begging for it. Oh dear, this is not good. We do not want that. No. We want to try to capture as many things as possible. Are they actually coming over here? Yeah, this guy is coming over. So Apatrita is not helping us this time around. Ooh, we have Roro actually going over to his boat. Yeah, no. Arnoy, he's going over to Arnoy right now, which is actually really good. That means that maybe, just maybe... Oh, hello. You want to fight? No. Yeah, maybe, just maybe he'll actually be able to capture that. I'm wondering whether he's going to get here in time. If he gets here before these guys engage us, then that's going to be, you know, basically perfect timing. Yep, there we go. He did actually... Oh, Daenerys is there. Okay, look. They're actually going for it. Oh, are they going to make it? They did. Wow, that is going to be a slaughter. That is going to be an absolute slaughter right there. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, so yeah, Daenerys is there as well as... Yeah, no wonder these guys are having so many problems with this particular army. That's the reason why they lost so easily before, because Daenerys is there. It must be. Yeah, that must be the reason. There can't be any other, right? There can't be any other reason. Anyway, let's deal with this. 640... Yeah, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Unfortunately for me, we're now going to start seeing these kinds of votes almost all the time. And frankly, I think this is a bit broken. I think this needs to get some kind of retuning or some kind of change to the weight that AI puts on being at war against multiple clans, because I mean technically we're not even at war against multiple factions, we're at war against multiple clans, and the clans themselves are shall we say pseudo at war with us. They're not really at war, if you know what I mean. I mean, yeah, sure, you know, they can attack us, sure, you know, they can attack us, but that's it. There really isn't anything else that they can really do, and fundamentally, there's no danger, you know. There are vassals that are aggressive to us, but that's it. There isn't actually, like for example, this guy right here, running around right there, just from some random clan, you know, I mean, that's not actually a problem for us. And the AI that we have on our side, unfortunately, doesn't understand that. Alright, so once again, what I'm actually going to do is we're going to leave here. I'm going to give this to, I'm actually not entirely sure. I'll give it to Vicon, I suppose. Yeah, I suppose that makes the most sense, considering it's really close to where he is. And we're just going to leave Mantaris. Yes, we're just going to leave Mantaris and we're going to go for another town. We're basically just playing tag you're it, you know, pretty much. Now, where is Apatrita? Apatrita is over there. She's traveling to Mantaris to go and assist in this siege, but this siege should be an easy victory. Should be an absolutely 100% easy victory, because we have Daenerys going in there. Obviously, her dragon isn't going to be particularly useful in that situation, but we have completely starved out the garrison. We have destroyed the walls. And as you can see, we now have... Oh dear. I'm not entirely sure if this is going to work out in our favor. But we will try this particular fight. I actually don't know whether this is going to be a... Yep, it is. Okay, yeah, it's going to be naval combat. Yes. I'm not a terribly big fan of naval combat, but we'll see. Maybe we are going to have a decent time. Okay, let's see how long it takes us to get over here. Wow, I'm actually speeding this up, and it took us a minute to actually reach the opponent. Okay, now, let's see. I do have thrown weapons. So maybe that's going to be decent. Okay, here we go. I'll go for some headshots. Okay, was that a headshot? I actually don't know. Okay, decent. Wow. Oh, okay, never mind. We're just basically murdering everyone. Oh, okay. Yes. Never mind. I actually thought to myself we were going to have a bit of a difficult time here. I really thought it was going to be difficult. But clearly having two... Oh, did I almost kill myself? That would have been hilarious. Yeah. Having two ships meet and basically converge on one location, yeah, that basically puts paid to pretty much any plan that the opponent had. And, well, we're done. That was, yeah, that was extremely simple. Obviously, you have to bear in mind, we do have some extremely powerful infantry, and they are going to just absolutely murder pretty much any archer that they have available. Now, this has, in turn, made it very likely that the Valantines will be unable to do much at all, to be honest. What I'm actually going to do, though... Should I let them go? The question is, do I want to? Yeah, sure, fine, we'll let them go. Not sure if that's the play here, but I don't know. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I don't know. We'll see, we'll see. I mean, the thing is, if we do let them go in this situation, we kind of have a bit more opportunity to try, maybe, to persuade them to join us in the end. I think that could be kind of cool. Talisa might be able to use this. Yes, she can. Very nice. What else do we have here? Oh, hello. Oh, yeah, she's got a slightly better weapon there. I actually would like her to wear better armor. Oh no, she's got very good armor on at the moment. I think she's leveled up her athletics skill a little bit, so she does have the opportunity to wear some different things. These are better pauldrons than what we had before, so I will be wearing them. I mean, let's face it, if it's better for us, then I might as well, right? And we are otherwise just going to be taking all of the loot. There we go. I was really hoping to be able to use the chariot again. I thought that was really fun. Unfortunately, obviously, naval combat. Not really going to be able to use a chariot in that situation, but yeah. Anyway. Illyria? Do we want to go to Illyria first? Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, it's actually crazy how much pressure we have on the Valantines right now. I never would have expected it. We have 143,000. You know what I should have actually done? Actually, you know what? Never mind. Never mind. I was going to say, I should have gone into the marketplace at Mantaris, but it's actually not been taken yet, so I can't do that. I could technically have gone back to Volantis. I could have gone to any of these places and maybe done something, but as you can see, Mantaris has now been taken, which is obviously perfect. The question is, do we want to take ownership over it? I don't know. That's the thing. Apatritza, yes, Apatritza is actually coming over to help us out. The owner, let's have a look. Oh, Vicon. People want Vicon to be the owner of this. Very interesting. Okay, sure. I'll give it to him. Why not? I'm kind of surprised. Kind of surprised to see that, considering we only have 2 fiefs ourselves, you know. Elias doesn't really have a significant amount of territory. And it would be kind of nice to get a little bit of extra cash. Let's see here. Yeah, we're going to go for Hunter, because plus 40% damage to mounts with throwing weapons is kind of good. Flexible fighter, though. The secondary here for plus 15 control skills of infantry and plus 15 vigor skills of archers in your formation. That's pretty decent. However, we're never really the captain. Are we? We're never really the captain. And also this first thing here, I never ever use this, and I highly doubt anyone else does. I guess maybe. I mean, maybe people do. But yeah. Anyway, what just happened there? I just randomly clicked. Okay, I just randomly clicked and completely missed whatever that was. My bad. I have no idea. I was wanting to move the camera so that I could see where Apatrita was coming, but yeah, okay, that. Well, that didn't work out so well, did it? No. I was actually kind of hoping that, yeah. Okay, well, Volantis is now under siege. Okay, let's see if any of our allies go and actually assist us. It would be wonderful if they did. If they don't, then... Yeah, no, they're just raiding. Okay. Well, if they do take Volantis, it's not really a problem. As I've said, it's really not an issue. If they do, then that's how things are going to go. And the funny thing is, if they do, it just means we can take it again. It's going to be easy enough, you know? It's very, very easy for us to do that. I'm kind of trying to push the making peace as far as I possibly can at the moment. I really do not want to make peace before we have at least captured Tolos. Yeah, that's highly unlikely. I'm gonna have to spend another 600 influence or something like that, even though we are fundamentally on the verge of victory. This is just, come on, it's quintessentially done. We're finished, you know? It's, yeah, I'm gonna try and push it as far as I can here. I mean, I'm the one that needs to make the decision, right? Or at least I hope so. Hopefully I don't get forced into a situation. I don't think I... Yeah, as long as I don't click on my little kingdom screen there, I think we should be fine. I'm absolutely hemorrhaging money though. Look at that, 3,000 per day. It's also the reason why I'm not a big fan of daily wages. I really, really appreciate weekly wages instead. I'm sure there's a mod out there that I can probably get to do that. Anyway, there's the garrison. It's completely gone. We could technically just auto-resolve against this. Do we want to auto-resolve against this? Maybe. It very much depends, actually, because I am 1 skill point away from getting 275, and I'm 7 skill points away from getting 275 and one-handed. You know what? Let's go in there. Let's go in there with the goal to get one-handed to 275. And we'll see if we can maybe do that. Yeah, spoiler, it's probably not going to happen. It's a little bit... it's one of those situations where you go in and you have the best intention to try to get as much skill as possible, and then you put yourself in dangerous circumstances, and... actually, wait, maybe? This guy is... Yeah, shields. Shields. Yeah. I mean, not much I can do about shields, right? Okay, let's try and murder. Yes. Yes. I need more kills, guys. I need more kills. Where are we going? Okay, hello. Here we go. This is where we're going. Into the belly of the beast. Or, I mean, technically we are the beast in this situation, and they are, not willingly, but unwillingly walking into our bellies at the moment. Okay, there we go. Now we're going to get murdered. Maybe not. These guys are way too low level for them to be able to do too much. We're at 270. Yeah, the experience gain for these is way too low, but I might be able to still get very close. Woon Woon with his massive club. That is hilarious. Yeah. Yeah, no, we're not going to be able to, unfortunately, fellas. Yeah, it's going to be not doable. Not doable in this case. Sad. Alright. Well, didn't do too badly, I suppose. We did get 27 kills. So that's actually more than we've gotten in quite some time, I guess. I mean, you know, considering I'm using the one-handed portion of our weapon, generally I'm going to say it. Generally, I'm a lot better when it comes to using a two-handed, you know, in terms of offensive power, at least. Well, for me personally, I think so. Anyway, let's just go here. We'll take the Tiger Cloak Elites. Some of these guys. Might as well. Just going to leave the prisoners behind. Most of the time we don't really get a huge amount of roguery skill for it now anyway. Let's do this. Ah, there we go. We're forced into making a decision now. Okay, now this is hilarious. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Why? Why do they want this so badly? Look at this. 1200. 1200 influence. I cannot possibly abide by spending 1200 influence to say no to peace. I can't. I just cannot say that. It's such a huge waste. I mean, I am making 15 per day, which is insanely good, but... yeah, okay. Sure. I mean, I could have continued, but... yeah, now we're... I mean, we have taken Illyria at least, which is a decent thing to do, and I believe they weren't able to take Volantis before. At least I hope not. I have no idea. I don't know whether they did or not, but yes. Anyway, let's have a look. Did they? No, they didn't. Fantastic. That's perfect. All right, that is actually good. So technically, they still have, yeah, they still have Demon Gate and they still have Tolos, which obviously is not exactly great there. But there's it's only 2 fiefs. Oh no, never mind. They have Sarmel as well. Okay, we didn't actually take that either. But yeah, that is pretty much all they have available. Oh no, never mind. They have another one as well. Okay, so they have 3 castles and 1 town. And I'm actually, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure why our forces are doing this. I mean, I know why. I know the purpose behind it. I know the reason why they are thinking that this is happening. But obviously, it's just a flaw in the reasoning. You know, it's a flaw in the reasoning coding or whatever. The reasoning behavior that they have, unfortunately. So yeah, I'm not sure when that's going to get any kind of change to it, which, I mean, I suppose it's highly unlikely there will be any changes until maybe War Sales comes out. I don't know, maybe, but I highly doubt they're going to make any changes to, you know, something as basic as the diplomacy stuff. But yeah, I guess so. Anyway, who do we want? I guess we'll just give this to Vikon once again. I'm actually really surprised that people are voting for him instead of me, but okay, sure. You know, if he's, I guess is he doing a good job? That's the question. I actually have no idea. Okay, let's just sell this. Yeah, okay. So basically, all I need to do now, is, well, it's kind of a bit weird, really. Yeah, I don't know. I'm paying the 120? That's hilarious. Did you see that? They literally came at us with a peace agreement from a courier, and they wanted us to pay 120 gold. 120 gold per day in tribute. Can you imagine? The audacity. The audacity of the Valentines to do that. I cannot believe it. Wow. Okay. Yeah, well, whatever the case. Unfortunate for me right here, because now I guess the only other thing that we could potentially do now is we could attack the Dothraki. We could look for a weaker faction in and around Essos. As you can see, look at what we've got so far. This is our territory. It has expanded dramatically now that the Valentines are pretty much on death's door. The only other thing we could do is we could go up to here, take the Yeti town if we wanted. I'm not sure if that's a particularly good idea, to be honest, because in the grand scheme of things, do we really want to eliminate a faction that only has 1 town? I mean, it's not really going to be that dramatically good for us, as far as I'm aware. Let me actually just have a look-see. This is... okay, we can't see. Yeah, we can't see any of the prosperity or anything like that because we haven't been there yet. But I'd be very, very surprised if the prosperity of this particular town is anything super, super good. because it is just so far away from pretty much anything else. We could attack Lorath or Sanor. Yeah, Lorath or Sanor is looking pretty decent right here. Sanor only has 4 fiefs, as far as I'm aware. 4 fiefs total, which may... no, wait, they have 5. Yes, they have 5 fiefs total. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Okay. I think that sounds like a pretty cool idea. Unfortunately, I am going to have to do something about my money situation. So what we're going to do, or shall we say what I'm going to do, is I'm going to travel to the various towns in and around the area here. And I'm basically just going to try and sell as much as I possibly can and get a little bit of cash. Alright, so I actually just wanted to show you this real fast because, funnily enough, when you start getting into slightly higher level, or should we say more late game battles, you start getting these banners, right? So Steel Banner, Marksman Flag, etc., you know, Standard of Wrath and so on. These things literally have so much cash associated with them. You can literally sell them for 8,500 at least with my trade penalty. And look at how much cash I'm getting for that. Really, really nice. I just wanted to kind of bring that to your attention because, you know, it's one of those underrated things that you don't really think of to sell that much. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. I personally don't think it's... I don't know. I never really think, oh, yes, I'm going to sell some banners. Yes. You know, that never really enters my mind. However, what we're going to do... Going to sell... yeah, sell the King's Destrier, I suppose. Sell that for 78,000. Then we have 25,000 to make up. And I think I'll buy one of these officers' helmets. And then there we go. You know, just going to have a little bit of a trade on our hands there. So we've now made... We now have 285,000, which is really, really nice. Now, I don't know whether you've noticed, but there is a bit of a sweeping problem in Westeros. And the sweeping problem is this. Yes. The others, as in the White Walkers, are basically capturing everything in sight. Now, we do have a Valyrian weapon, which means that we can damage them, right? Right? As far as I remember, that is what we need to be able to do damage to them. And, yeah. They're actually on Baratheon right now. So, yeah, you can see here that the North is having a really, really big problem. Funnily enough, I thought that Robb Stark would probably be able to defend. The Night's Watch has already been completely destroyed by the looks of things. I didn't even see that, because I thought that they were still active. They are still active. They have one castle. They have Shadow Tower remaining. So they are still active. And where is Shadow Tower? Oh, there. Oh, that's interesting. I'm actually kind of surprised that they have not taken that. Okay. Yeah, anyway, as you see, they have been doing a very, very busy time. And I think, actually... Huh. Shall we go up there? What do you think? Shall we go up there instead of actually waging war against Sanor? Shall we go and see what the White Walkers have for us? Because, I mean, technically, we could fight them and we could try to... You know what? I think that might be fun. I think that might be a lot of fun. So what we're going to do is I'm going to make the journey. It's going to take me a long time to get up there, and it is inherently going to be very, very dangerous for my vassals as well to travel that far of a distance if they actually decide to do that, which I highly doubt they will. But I'm very interested to see how it's going to be for us to enter battle with them. I am going to probably use my dragon if we are significantly outnumbered, of course, because we have it available. We might as well, right? And indeed, what I'd also like to do is I'd like to get Aegon Targaryen to join us as well. However, I will need 300,000 for that. I'm pretty close, so I'll try to get that. I'll try to get more money as we travel here. And that's going to be it for this episode. So in the next episode, we will be fighting the White Walkers themselves. That seems a little bit risky, actually, to me, but who knows? Maybe we'll be lucky. Maybe we'll be lucky and we'll actually be able to do something. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.